this is the biggest crowd they've seen down here. I'm not sure about that because I think we tend to forget every year it's packed down here for this event.
And I also think because of the spirit that just illuminates from this crowd, you always think that it's a lot larger.
It's a timeless event. Every year it seems to be the best feeling you've ever had. So, and in just a moment, we'll go up on stage where the ceremonies are going to take place. But first, let's take a look at how it all began.
Can you imagine it all began with a single strand of 16 bulbs back in 1925? Charles S. Pittred, head of maintenance for the J.C. Nichols Company, came up with the idea. The plaza had only 5 buildings all north of 47th Street, and the merchants wanted to line the sidewalks with Christmas trees. Pittred thought it would be a special gesture to hang a string of lights over the entrance to the Sudan building, which is now called the Mill Creek building and faces the J.C. Nichols fountain. 4 years later, the Plaza Theater Tower and all the other buildings were lit up, and this marked the beginning of a long tradition. In fact, the Plaza became a trendsetter as the first shopping district in the country to have outdoor decorative lights. It didn't take long before the idea spread to other metropolitan cities. Nevertheless, people from all over the country still come to Kansas City to see the lights and feel the spirit of a living legend.
And tonight it's about to begin again. As a matter of fact, my watch says it's about 4 minutes till the lights go on the plaza and the Christmas season begins. Let's go up on stage now where the Conservatory of Music Civic Chorus is performing some Christmas carols.
We better pick a child. We better look around. Hey, Gordon, and where are you, Dan?
That's
and
Bill
Billy?
Grigsby.
You're
talking. He's the master of ceremonies for this year's event.
And this year, there are a lot of sports figures that you should recognize. Gordon Hill from the Comet, Dan Quisenberry from the Royals.
And Bill Kenny from the Chiefs. And they're all going to go down and help Bill Grigsby get that child, select the child who will come up and throw the switch.
You can see all of the hands just popping up. I want to go, I want to do it.
They're in the process right now. They're all the hopeful kids.
Look at the anxious eyes.
Will it be me?
Are we going to go? We're going to have a boy. We got a boy and a girl. We have a little boy and a little girl. What's your name? What's your name?
Can you imagine, Wendell, how that child feels when they're selected?
When they throw that switch and all the lights go on, it must be a tremendous feeling of power.
Now, and that is something we really ought to point out, that when that switch is flipped, that is the actual
It's
switch.
not fake.
It's not fake at all.
Just for this moment, they rewire the circuitry so that that switch turns on the lights, and then they go back to an automatic timer for the other days before Christmas.
What are we going to do? Get over here. Get over here.
So it's less than a minute now before the Christmas season begins in Kansas City.
You might be able to recognize some of the other people on stage. I should say characters. The Worlds of Fun characters are up there. Sam Panda, Daniel Kuhn, Gertrude Gorilla, Shirtail, and Tanny Panda.
And Casey Penguin is up there this year to host the National Figure Skating Championships, which will be held in Kansas City in January.
They're starting the countdown a little early.
Here we go.
7, 6, 5, 4.
Isn't it beautiful?
Gorgeous, just like every year. 156,000 light bulbs all come on at once.
47 miles. And you know what's amazing is that it takes 3 to 5 men all year long to prepare the lights. 3,000 man-hours to get the lights ready for the lighting ceremony.
The incredible thing is just 3 men do it with the help of a couple others now and then. This is a three-man show.
The other day when they were testing the lights, on, I believe it was Tuesday evening, it was like 2 a.m., and they had been up from 2 a.m. straight through just getting those last-minute preparations.
And it's something they actually start in July by putting the fuse boxes on tops of buildings, and then Labor Day they really seriously start wiring.
And actually, it's in August that they're putting the lights up. They're having to move the date up a little bit earlier because there are so many more lights this year. They've added lights. I know down on Swanson's they've added lights there, and it's really becoming a major, major operation. In fact, it takes more than 3 months to put the lights up and 3 months to take them down, and then the rest of the time they're in storage.
And the guys are getting some rest. Let's listen to music.